Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Jowp podcast. I'm joined with former host Gabe and a very, very, very guest, Liz.
Hello?
If you recall, Liz was on this podcast a long time ago.
Yeah, like a year and a half ago.
Episode 10, yeah. That predates cameras forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was on the podcast, and we thought it would be really fun to have her back on here, just kind of talk about, just life and for those of you that know, she probably should. She's a voice actress, so I heard you for actress.
Actor. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
VA.
Yeah.
She's a VA.
One.
It's Liz VA, basically. And I thought it would be pretty nifty to just kind of talk about the industry and just, a couple things, questions and whatnot, because you're actually like in it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, last time we had you, you were like getting into it. You were like, I want to get into voice acting. And then like time skip arc, and then now you're in it.
Yeah.
Right?
You got your training arc.
Now you can see it. And I guess Tyler had some questions he had written down.
Heck yeah. My training montage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've already been asked this question in episode 10, but it's been a long time for not just like you, but like everyone else, and for our viewers, because we were pulling like an average of 20 viewers back then, probably, if that. And now we're pulling way more, so it's like there's probably a lot of people who haven't seen that episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought you could maybe talk about a little bit, how you got into voice acting, or maybe what made you want to.
Voice acting is something that I wanted to do when I was younger, like middle school age. I wanted to act ever since I was very little, but I lost a lot of like confidence in myself and physical confidence. And then I discovered anime, and I was like, that people voice that. Like, those are real people. That's something I could do. I like to act.
ChatGPT will be out for like 10 more years.
Yeah.
Obama can't be here.
Ayo. But, and then I stumbled across ASMR audios on YouTube when I was like 14, and I started doing those. And somehow YouTube like opened up a door for me to like get into actually doing stuff, and I met a lot of people and did a lot of collabs and things like that, and that really kind of pushed me in the direction of being able to do stuff. So that was pretty cool. I'm very lucky. Yeah.
I mean, there's still like a good talent aspect that goes into it too, though. I mean, you wouldn't get that big without any modicum of talent. So so very gifted. I've heard a lot of your stuff.
Thank you. I'm so honored that you think so. Like, for real. Sometimes I question.
No, like very quality stuff. It's like almost.
Thank you.
It's almost like eerie how not lifelike, but like how it sounds like you're there sometimes.
I am so honored.
Weird.
That's
weird.
So exciting.
Yeah. It was like, holy shit! It sounds like she's actually talking to me in my bed right now. This is so weird.
Her ASMR where it's like cat girl.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
Like,
I have my headphones on, so like right there. I'm like, oh my god. This is getting crazy.
Mom walks in like, what are you watching?
What are you watching?
Nothing.
I'm good.
Porn is probably easier to explain than that.
Yeah.
Alt tab to porn, and you're like, it's just porn.
Yeah. Like.
I can't imagine trying to explain to someone like my dad, like, you're watching ASMR of a cat girl? I'm like, listen.
What happened was,
like, I know the girl, right? So it's different, right? She's not some rando.
Then he thinks you're creeping.
Right? So it doesn't even, like, I'm trying to make it better, but it doesn't make it better. It makes it worse.
You don't understand. I pulled it up, and then I spilt water on my pants, and then I had to take my pants off to get the water up. But there was a virus in it. I had to close it. But no, it was very quality. So hey, I mean, if you want to shout out your stuff, get some views back on the channel a little bit.
Well, I don't post anymore, but it's LittleLizAudio on YouTube and Twitch for when I get back on there eventually, which should be hopefully in the near-ish future. Once I get all of my ducks in a nice little
row. Well, one thing I wanted to ask is because your roles have been like smaller-ish, because you're just getting into it, you're new to it. What role have you had the most like screen time per se as?
Dang, I have absolutely no idea. Because the way it works is I do a lot of Walla, and that's like side characters and stuff that usually don't have a name. Sometimes they're just bit characters. Sometimes they do have names. If they're like a recurring bit, but most of the time they don't. It's like boy 30A or something. Yeah. So in a session, usually it's like, okay, you're gonna all do this at once because it's just like background cheering and stuff, and then they'll do bits, and it's like, okay, you're gonna voice this, this, and this. They don't really have names. They just kind of have like titles, like boy 30A or girl 32B or something. Yeah. But so I have no idea. Because it's because of the way that it works, I don't remember literally any of them.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Are there any like memorable roles you do have though? Where you're like, I remember that one. Like maybe not role per se, but it's more like the experience of like recording it.
Oh, absolutely. There have been some very. Okay, so there was one recently, right? And the director, God bless him, he was amazing. A lot of directors don't do this, but he was like, okay, so because it was just background stuff, but sometimes they'll give you a prompt, like, okay, you guys are office workers going out to dinner, talk about your office life, just to get like the background sound. And he was just feeding us prompt after prompt. And one of them was so funny, and it was very memorable because I got the glunch written into a script.
The glunch?
What is the glunch?
The glunch.
What is this?
It's a mixture of two like misspellings of the Grinch, but it was the office worker prompt, and we were complaining about our very crappy boss who doesn't have a particular name but has like, it reminds you of the Grinch, and I said the glunch.
The glunch.
And he wrote, your boss, the glunch. So we just were crap talking the glunch and saying the glunch in that queue. And I honestly have never been so proud until that moment that I got that written into a script.
Wow. Okay. Well,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like,
can you talk about what?
Can you talk about like what it was in?
I probably could, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I could probably pull it up, but I don't know if the episode is out yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably is, but since I
just to be sure.
Yeah, I don't want to,
spoil something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want you to like cross like any like NDA or anything like that.
Yeah.
Any of those.
Yeah.
But I mean the glunch.
Yeah, we can look forward to the glunch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I might make the glunch my PFP.
Do it. I try to throw in like
glunch.
out of pocket stuff into background cues like that. There was one where they were fawning over the main character girl, and at the very end I go, do you think she likes girls? Very loudly in that cue. That was very fun. But yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I just like my really goofy ones. Like I try to throw in Vine references every now and then that go undetected. It's
you want some free Shavaka
for real. It's I've done the and they were roommates one before, and yeah. Those are very fun to just kind of sneak in.
So you slide in some little Easter eggs. So if anyone
for real.
I mean, how do we even find a list of what you do? Just by asking you? Is that the only way?
For
you're
now,
not, like, on like any websites.
Yeah, for now, yes. The way it works for Walla, at least with anime and stuff, since you kind of have to really credit yourself by announcing that you're in this, because they're just like minor stuff. So once I like announce everything on Twitter, then it'll be at like Anime Fandom or like behind, or I think it's like the Anime Fandom website where they'll update voice actor stuff.
Yeah, because I was looking at that, and you only have like a couple entries, and I'm like, I'm sure she's probably been in more things than this.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot more since then, but since my whole hiatus, I haven't. But once I come back, I will be doing like, I'll tell everybody to mute my account while I like spam them with, I've been in this and this and this and this. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you got, the grunch and whatever.
Well, heck yeah, thank you.
See if some girl is into chicks, like, see what she's all about.
Heck yeah. A lot of little boys.
A lot of little boys?
Yeah.
I mean, like, is there any, like, specific types, like, archetypes, like little boys, teenage girls? Is there anything that you like to voice more than others?
I don't know. I like voicing a lot of them. I think I like voicing children more, just because I think the voices are more fun for me to do. I think doing the little boy voice is pretty funny, so I like to do that one. But really just anything, because I try to throw in some stuff whenever I can, but I probably the little boy voice because it makes me think of FNAF.
Think of Gregory and Balloon Boy.
For real, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I guess we can go to the next question. So my next question is just going to be generally just, what's it like being in the industry now? And I know you and I kind of talked in the car a little bit, but if you could, like, anything you want to talk about, like, what you, maybe, like, when you first got into it versus, like, what you're experiencing, like, now, if there's any kind of difference, because it hasn't been, like, a long time, but it still has been enough time that you might be able to see, like, some difference.
Oh, yeah. I'm not large by any means. Like, nobody knows who I am. So I am, I guess, fortunate in that sense. All the friends that I've made I'm very lucky. The friends that I've made have been fantastic, but there is, like any community, there is a lot of drama, I guess I could say, but it's very much, because we're all actors, it's very much amplified by
like a competitive nature.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like cutthroat, stepping stones.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of, because there's a lot of tea spilling, I've learned, and I'm not one to spill tea like that, or at least like talk behind anybody's back, but boy will I listen if you have tea to spill. Ear. Oh yeah, like I don't have tea in my life really. So like I will sip on everybody else's tea and I'll just be like, yeah, what they do then.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that crazy bitch, like for real. But it's very interesting to learn things about, especially like people that you thought were really cool, or at least seemed to be really cool, and learn about personal like happenings with other people and them not being as cool as you thought they were.
Yeah, not just like the front that they put out to people, but like the stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing in that sense, but really I didn't really have any expectations getting into it, so it didn't really, and it doesn't affect me now because I don't meet those people. Because I still haven't done much, so I haven't.
You're still working your way up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. So I haven't gotten to a point where I needed to interact with anybody like that thus far. But yeah, they're definitely out there. So it's
something to think about.
Yeah, just kind of be careful what you say 100% of the time.
Yeah, because it's gonna be spilled to someone else.
Yeah, just be the best person you can be, I guess, kind of, because then you won't really have anything to worry about. Yeah. At least for the most part. Yeah.
Unless the best person you can be is just not a good person, then it's just GG.
That's GG no reason.
Oh yeah, then you're screwed.
Yeah, then you just probably don't deserve to have a good life then anyways, but do you, like, when you do voice acting, do you do it remotely or do you go to like a studio?
It depends on who you work for. Crunchyroll right now, they like to do in-person stuff. So they'll have you go to the studio and record there, but other places, if you have a booth that you can record in, or like good quality of anything, then they'll just record remotely through like I forgot the thing. It's like Zoom.
Oh, it's like a conferencing software.
Yeah, it's like that, and they'll just do like remote.
It's like Microsoft Teams, is it?
I don't really have any experience with Microsoft Teams.
Because I know we had to do a lot of stuff with that, like back when I was in school and stuff. Microsoft Teams.
Yeah,
probably. It was like they had a contract.
Yeah, probably something like that. But a lot of places do remote if you're able to do that. Yeah.
Okay. So, is there like a method you prefer? Do you prefer to be in person, like with people, or prefer to be like at home? Remote?
It depends. My setup at home isn't nearly good enough for me to be able to do stuff out of my house. I think the cues of being able to see somebody and then being able to like understand what they're saying more, because sometimes I have trouble with deciphering what people are trying to tell me just based on their words. So I like that sense, but also I like the feeling of anonymity that recording remotely gives me, because I like being able to just kind of hide my being. But I guess it kind of depends on how comfortable I am in that given situation. But yeah, I've been working on my confidence recently, because it's not great, but it's getting better. I can say no to people now.
Oh, that's a big step.
That's a big skill to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
You definitely need
That's a
that.
huge skill to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud of myself.
So have you been doing more like recently? Like I'd say like probably within like the last however many jobs you've had. Have you been doing more in studio? Like, do most places prefer in studio? Because like you said, you kind of have a good and a bad with both. But like, do most places are like, oh yeah, like bring it in? 100%.
Really, I've only worked for like a handful, if that, of places. And because a lot of places are in LA.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
they'll have to do remote there unless you're up there and can afford to travel and things like that. But usually they won't have to bother. But Crunchyroll's really the only one that's like, ayo, come in, we got you. Everywhere else is like, you got a booth, right?
You can make it work.
You can do this, right? Yeah, like we can record it for you, but you got the setup, you got the stuff. But yeah.
You got the stuff.
Yeah,
you got the stuff.
You know.
Seems legit.
So just thinking about like before you got into the industry and kind of like where you're at now, is it any different than what you imagined?
Absolutely. I think it's different than anybody would initially imagine, unless you have friends or even then you kind of paint a picture in your mind, and really things are very rarely ever like what you picture. But I didn't have really any expectations getting in, so I wasn't really disappointed by anything.
You're very clean slate going in.
Yeah, because I don't want to be disappointed, so I like to have no expectations when going into stuff. But even without any expectations, there's some things that are like, okay, yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Do you have any crazy stories that you'd be comfortable sharing?
Not really. As much as I talk joking crap, like, because I'll like roast the homies sort of thing, but other than that, I tend to be a pretty unproblematic type of person, at least I think.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any instances that have been very like, whoa dog, that was for real out of pocket, you need to tone it down yet. But yeah,
we're planning on having some. Are you I worded that weirdly. Never mind.
I think what I was gonna say is like, are you kind of like low-key hoping like one day you'll go in the studio and like some out-of-pocket shit?
Yeah, that's like what I was trying to say.
Like I think I would like oh my god, this is happening.
It depends on how involved I have to be, because do not get me wrong, like I would love to witness some out-of-pocket stuff happening, because for some reason it's unbelievable stuff that blows my mind, fuels my like little fiery bit in my soul that's like drama, tea, spill all of it. And like good stories to tell. Yeah, but if I have to be involved in any way, then because I don't like giving people bad
tastes.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that person. Like there are so many people who are already like that. People are just trying to do their jobs, and I don't want to make that any more difficult for them. But if I can witness it,
oh yeah,
bro.
Like you're walking down the hallway and you hear something, you're like,
literally, I'm that type of person. Like I'm like checking through the blinds, like watching, like with my cup in my hand, and like, hey yo, shut the fuck up, let me listen. Oh, sorry, should I not have said that?
No, you're good. I think you said that last time too.
No, like, look, I'm on the podcast and I curse like a sailor.
Okay, so, awesome. That makes me feel better. I've been trying to censor myself.
Yeah.
But
no,
you're good. But like, nowadays, I just kind of like let it go.
Yeah.
But
that's funny. You said the same thing this time you said last time too.
For real?
Yeah, I think it was like almost the same sentence too. You were like, "Oh, I shouldn't say that." We're like, "No, you're good."
That's funny as heck. Okay.
Funny as heck.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. All right. So, do you have an agent?
I don't.
You don't? So
no.
You're just like freelancing it?
Yeah, I would like to get one. But right now with like all the axolotl stuff and school and trying to take care of myself and all of those things piling up, I just don't have time to be able to look for an agent and like apply and audition and stuff for an agent and then be able to do stuff that I get from said agent. I just don't. I also have a very bad habit of overwhelming myself. So I've been working pretty hard recently to try and avoid doing that, because I get very overstimulated and then like have not necessarily a breakdown, but like
it's a little much sometimes.
Yeah, very much overstimmy, and I don't like it. So but once I get things sorted and have a lot more time, then I would like to get an agent and maybe look into doing some screen stuff if possible. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a big step if you ever get to doing that.
For sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the classes you're taking are the classes you're taking for like the media field that you're in, or are they completely unrelated?
Absolutely unrelated. I'm a science student.
Oh, that's right. You did just say that. Yeah.
I don't know if you're talking it up for like, oh, they didn't hear it, so like.
No, I completely forgot. I was like, oh, she was just saying that like she likes science. I didn't know you were like majoring in science.
Oh yeah, no, I am in two completely different fields at the same time.
Got your hand in two different pots. I mean, it's always good to have.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, for sure. Because like I got my degree in exercise science, and it's like, while I do very much enjoy that, and I think it's so cool, and I would like to get a job in that, it's also like I do want to devote a lot of time to like maybe trying to make an internet thing work. Because like I think, especially our generation, a lot of people grow up and they're like, they want to be like YouTubers or they want to be influencers or whatever, and it's like that's kind of like the dream. And I'm like, hey, I'm 21. Like, I got some free time. Let's try to see what I could do.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you're only young once, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's like, it's really weird having the degree in like a science field, and then like doing this stuff. It's just so like, because my knowledge is just like so much like different from what I need to apply to here.
Yeah, definitely. I struggle with that a lot. In one of my college electives is called Voice for the Actor, and it's for theater kids, and I've never done theater a day in my life. But I thought that doing this, I could learn some things that I could apply in booth, and I definitely have. But one time there was a substitute, and he asked if everybody was a theater student, and I said no, that I was science, and he said, "What are you doing here? What made you take this class?" And then I had to explain.
That's crazy,
but I definitely want to make careers out of both of them, but also don't want to overwhelm myself. So but at least we have something to fall back on. So that's always
that's
cool.
like my whole thought process is like, I'm certified, I have my degree, like I have something. If you know, one day I wake up and like, you know what, fuck the internet, I don't care about this anymore. Then it's like, okay, well then I do have something I can use towards like getting a job and getting a career and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like a safety net, you know. It's secure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that was what I was going to do when I intended to go into marine biology, because I was okay with.
That's
why people keep telling me to watch JoJo, is because of like people knew me as the marine biology or the fish tank person.
Yeah, Jotaro is a marine biologist.
I've been told I need to. I've been lifting weights a lot, and I've been getting more muscular. But once I get really muscular, and once I like lower my body fat percentage, I am doing a lowercase JoJo cosplay.
Oh yeah,
lowercase JoJo.
Yeah, I got that from Eduardo.
Of Jotaro or like someone else?
You should do Jolene. She's not on here.
She's very tall. I learned they're all very tall.
Is Jolene tall? I thought she was.
If her dad is 6'7", and you like look at her comparatively to her, she's gotta be like 6 foot.
Yeah, she's like at least like 5'7", 5'10", 6 foot. Yeah, last I checked, I don't remember exactly, but I know that she's pretty darn tall.
She's pretty darn tall. Yeah. Her dad, like you said, like 6'7". So. And we don't know anything about her mom. Her mom could be like, yo, what if her mom's like 4 foot tall though? She's like an actual like.
She's 5'8".
That'd be a long distance relationship for real.
Yeah, for real. So I mean, like some of my next questions were kind of like thinking that maybe you had an agent. But
I'm so sorry.
No. It's not a big deal. Maybe how do I want to say this? Like, from what you know about the industry, and if you don't know, you can just say like, I don't know. But like, do you know like how like the agents would typically work? Like how they would find stuff for the people, how they'd present it, like, hey, try this out, like all that stuff.
Not anything that would be insider information. I just know the bare minimum. Like if the agent finds something, sends it to you, you audition, they take like 10% of what you get paid from it.
That was what my next question was. How much do they get paid?
Yeah, that's usually how they do it. If they tell you to pay, like pay up front, then it's usually not something that you should do. Usually it's like if they get you a job, then they'll take a percentage of whatever you make from it.
Once the work's done.
Yeah. But it's usually like that, but I don't have any experience with it yet.
Yeah. Hey, next time you're on here, you will.
I sure hope so.
It gives her a window. It gives her a window for sure.
Gives you a window.
Yeah.
You got 3 weeks to figure it out.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah. So like my next question would be kind of just like if you could just talk a little bit more like behind the scenes of the process as a whole, like how you go about finding work, you know, not applying, but like sitting in like your audition and then, you know, going through the whole process, you know, anything like BTS you could talk about for the projects.
It really depends. I fortunately have been very lucky, and I noticed this before I got into the field, like watching panels and stuff of voice actors that I liked. When people would ask them how they got into voice acting, every time they would be like, they would mention that it's not the traditional way to do it and that the information wouldn't really help them. And I thought that if once I got into it, maybe I would be able to. I can't. Like, I was very fortunate in the friends that I made. And I got into a Walla group, and because Walla is so low key, they'll like just be like, "Hey, yo, can you come in for this at this time with this person?" And you just be like, "Aight, cool
beans."
Yeah, but they'll like. I haven't had to audition for any like big things, but there are like auditions for shows that will be sent out, and then you just like record them and send them in.
Almost like a cold call, just like, hey, it's there.
Yeah, like if it's like a big group thing and it's like, these are the auditions for this season, don't tell anyone about them, but if you want to like whatever character you want to record for, just do this and this, send it in. Yeah, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know much.
No. Yeah, it's not a big.
To like to change gears a little bit here, we can go back to it in a little bit here, but just anime in general. Have you been watching anime or maybe manga? I don't know.
I haven't been watching much recently, but the new Attack on Titan movie came out, and you bet I watched it. I didn't watch it real quick because I was nervous. Attack on Titan is my favorite anime in the whole world. It's so special to me. It's like the one thing that like will make me emotional. But like I watched that real quick, but I haven't been watching like way too much anime. At least recently, like the last 2 or so years, I have not watched much. But yeah, not as much as I would like to.
What is the last thing you remember watching aside from Attack on Titan?
JoJo's
Part 2.
For real, probably.
For real?
Probably,
JoJo's Part 2?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Anime voice actress don't watch anime.
For real. A lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I did get pretty high and watch Food Wars. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, like for 3 hours too.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard Food Wars is an anime that when you are under the influence, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Especially because like the random tentacles that come out every now and then.
Yeah, I was bewildered, under the influence or not, just straight bewilderment at what was being shown to me on the screen. It was, because I am like, mwah for out of pocket shit. But I was just like,
this is almost too much.
And the honey butter did what to these girls? It just, I thought it was pretty funny. Like, I had a good gorgle here and there.
Oh, and one more thing as well. Last, like a year and a half ago, when you were here, you mentioned Code Vein. Is that the main game you mentioned, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I got Code Vein. I didn't try it yet, though.
Darn.
But I was gonna try it. So next time you're here, hopefully I'll have tried it by then.
Heck yeah.
But any recommendations for what I'm going into here?
Oh, absolutely. Heck, let me think. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm pending right now.
Brain blast. All right.
Oh my gosh. It's so much. It's so good. I guess just pay attention to stats. Really.
Is it like an RPG game? I remember you saying it was just Dark Souls but better.
Literally Dark Souls but with anime. It's just anime Dark Souls is literally what it is.
Okay.
And it very much it's known for playing like Dark Souls. So as long as you know how to roll and jump and as long as you're like quick with your maneuvers and like can recognize like just like patterns, because some of the I haven't had way too much difficulty with. I have had like a good bit of difficulty every now and then, but just like learning patterns and pattern recognition with certain bosses. I think I was talking to somebody about this exact thing the other day, but just like noticing patterns in their stuff and like changing like weapons and things like that.
Yeah, so just classic Souls-like stuff.
Yeah, classic Dark Souls sort of thing, but again, better. But
okay,
don't.
Doubling down on the statement.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. Last time we had an awards show for like our
Season
awards,
1,
and there was a hot takes, and you did get a lot of votes in your Dark Souls sucks one.
Yeah.
I think you were like second or third place in it.
For the hottest take.
God,
yeah, and then a lot of people
funny.
voted you for biggest clown because they were like because of your Dark Souls take.
Biggest clown? I would have been honored.
No, unfortunately, biggest clown went to Eduardo though.
Yes, he did.
That's so funny. Oh god, that's hilarious. I had no idea.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that because like there's so much that's happened since last time, really.
Yeah.
You gotta like think, because for us it's like it's just normal, right?
Yeah,
but
it's
like
just
talking to
life
someone,
goes on.
you know, is you have to like think about everything, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. God, that's so funny. I had no clue.
It was pretty funny because it was so early on, but it still almost won.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, she also won best voice as well.
You did win best voice. Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Really?
It wasn't for the award show. It was a different thing we did, but like
still.
Yeah, you still won that.
Oh my god, I'm so honored.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, we had little trophies, but we don't have any right now.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh no, I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
Maybe next time I'll get you a little trophy that says like
Yeah.
best voice. And it's like a little thing.
That's so funny. That's so cool though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's probably about everything I think that had to do with you.
I mean, we got cameras now. She wasn't.
I mean,
we didn't have
cameras,
back
yeah,
then.
obviously.
We got a table.
Oh,
This
yeah.
was, good old $65-$70 on Facebook Marketplace.
Dang.
Pretty good condition, actually.
Very nice.
I mean, it's
The
like little
wood is
scratches here and there,
very
but like it's very
solid.
sturdy.
Yeah.
Like I sit on it and it's fine. Like it's
Dang.
sturdy.
You remember our
I'm
old
like 900
setup?
pounds.
Yeah, I do. I have a video of it that I like come by every now and then. From like the Snapchat. This happened a year ago about us talking about Sonic.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
know
see
you
that
took a
every now
video
and
of
then.
that.
I did because I think it was Eduardo talking shit about Sonic.
Oh right,
because
you
he
just
just
do that. Yeah,
And I took a video of it because I have a
Yeah.
friend who's a big Sonic fan, and I was like, "This is a
Right.
hot fucking take."
Zoom in. You're like, okay, here we go.
Let me catch his ass in 4K.
Say that a little louder, dog.
It's like,
Yeah.
gotcha.
For real.
4K.
FBI, open up.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, like that setup is kind of like what we use for Chicken Coop or the drinking stuff. But we have like, by the way, where is the TV?
Where is it? Oh, it's in my room.
Okay. We put the TV right here, and we have the 2 chairs, so it's like a very like chill environment. You get the TV right
Pog.
there.
That's
I made
fun.
like a logo, so it's like Chicken Coop logo.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then I have like bar cam, so I put my phone up there, and I'm making drinks over there.
Heck yeah. Why is it called Chicken?
So Devin, he like every Minecraft server that we have, he always tries to make a bar, but like either the Minecraft craze dies down, so then everyone stops,
Oh.
or it's like he'll get sidetracked and someone's like, "Let's go kill the Ender Dragon." He's like, "Guess I gotta go get my shit now and fight the Ender Dragon." So then he'll do that, and then it's like at that point, once you get the Ender Dragon, it's like, okay, well now everyone's bored with Minecraft, so then they,
Yeah.
new server next time, whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah,
we made
that's
this
valid.
one server like tail end or like middle way through December, and we were on that for like a month and a half. Like it was a long server, right? We were just doing like a bunch of. We didn't even fight the Ender Dragon. We didn't go to the end, or we didn't even go to the end. We were just
Pog.
like doing random shit. I was a farmer. Jose like was an explorer and stuff. It was really fun. That's what I told you about. Like I made a hay pyramid. So like every time I get like wheat, I make like hay bales, and
That is so
I like
cute.
made this like I called it like because you know, like the Bass Pro pyramid. I don't know if you know about that. And
Yeah, I do.
so I was making that, but then like craze died down, so we stopped playing
Oh,
it.
yeah,
But
that's
Devin
valid.
finally made his chicken coop. He had an underwater base, and then he had the bar. Oh, and the reason why it's called the chicken coop is because he'd leave chickens there, so it's like you can make potions.
Wait.
And like he'd let chickens be in like a little bar area.
I was about to say there's chickens in Minecraft, and then
Yeah.
I've literally been playing Minecraft recently. I don't know why that just...
Your brain just...
Yeah, it was just like, wait. Are you playing mods?
Yeah. No. Like, he has like the potion stands behind the bar, and he has like all these like little barrels, and then he has chickens running around. So it's like the chicken coop.
That is so much fun.
And then I was like talking to Gabe and Devin. I was like, I think it'd be really fun if like, because I wanted to do a drinking special because I turned 21 last August, and that was my last semester. Thank you. That was my last semester in college, and I didn't drink until I was 21. And I was like, even then it was like I only had like Mike's Hard, the occasional like something like mojito or something, something like basic. So I was like, I actually want to like try different kinds of drinks. So I presented the idea of like, let's just get alcohol and then just make it and then like rate it on camera. And then I could like do the process of like, this is me making the drink and stuff, and y'all could drink along. This is what's in it. So then if you have it at home, try it and let us know what you think, and rate it and stuff.
That is so cool.
So then now we started doing themes, and it's really fun. But yeah, that's why it's called the Chicken Coop.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about a lot of the things we've caught you up to speed to. I mean, I'm sure there's more. I feel like there's more I could definitely tell you, but like I don't want to like say on the episode because like it's a lot of stuff they already know. So like no point of saying it, but I can definitely tell you like afterwards.
Please
some
do.
of the stuff we've been doing.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Because we have a lot of stuff like behind the scenes.
Because like I just assume that Eduardo tells you things, but I guess he doesn't.
Eduardo's a bum.
Yeah. Like, there's one thing that's different. Yeah, like the crew is different. Like when you were here, it was me, Jose, and Eduardo. It is now me, Tyler, and Devin. Which Devin's not here today, but So the crew's changed, and I guess when the crew changed, I was like, I'm fake now. I'm not gonna talk to anyone about it.
I didn't even know the crew changed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a feeling about that too. I was texting her. I was like, I don't even think she knows the crew. She's probably gonna come here thinking it's gonna be the same people.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, where's Eduardo?
Yeah. No, it changed. I'm sure because you've talked to Eduardo outside. I don't know if you noticed, he's very different on the podcast, especially like back then. So he puts on this, not a facade, but it's like he wants to be the main character. And he wants, like, he thinks everything he does is interesting. He, like, is out there. And he's not like that in real life. Like, in real life, he's just a normal guy, basically. Kind of a bum, but he's just a normal guy.
Damn.
But, yeah.
Tyler
and then,
loves calling Eduardo a bum.
That's, like, my favorite thing to do. So then, like, Devin replaced Jose. So then it was, like, Gabe, Devin, Eduardo for a while. And then when I graduated, I came down. And then, like, I replaced Eduardo. Yeah, I mean,
Eduardo still comes on every now and then.
Yeah, he'll come on like every once in a while.
He was on like Last Chicken Coop. He was on an episode with one of our friends from Arizona. Yeah. He was on that episode. Yeah.
He's been on a lot of stuff.
But... Hell yeah. I haven't seen him in a hot minute, but...
Maybe Eduardo will be here for the Chicken Coop. Not like on the episode, but he might be here and then you can catch up with him.
That's another thing. For the Chicken Coop, one thing I like doing is like, there's only certain people on the episode, but it's like an open invitation. So it's like, if you want to come and just drink and you don't have to be on the episode, you can just drink. So it's like, you come up, I'll make you a drink, and then you can be off camera, but you can like, oh yeah, this is a good drink. This is just ass. This is disgusting.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Like, I've also been trying to experiment with different drinks and alcohol recently.
Open invitation. Free of charge, too.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
Well, free of charge for
everyone besides Tyler.
Besides me, yeah. But it's like, my parents have a fairly extensive liquor cabinet, and they don't, because they don't drink alcohol. Like, they used to a lot, like, when I was younger. Not like alcoholic, but like they would have like parties or something. They would make drinks and stuff. So they have a bunch of alcohol that's like barely been touched. So then I was like, hey, I want to do this thing, and they're like, take it. So like my mom was kind of like against it because she's like, I don't want my my baby boy, because I was like her firstborn. So I don't want my baby boy like drinking alcohol like this. My dad's like, it's fine.
He's like of age.
Because he's like, I'd rather someone drink it than just sit there. My mom's like, but what if we want to use it? He's like, when was the last time you drank tequila? When was the last time you drank vodka? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, let them be young and drink it. Yeah.
That's why.
I still end up spending a lot of money because it's like,
because we have to get new stuff.
Because we have to get new stuff.
You have to get new stuff. Yeah.
Like specialty drinks. So it's like, never. I don't know if you know what Carousel is. We didn't have Carousel, but it's like, it's blue, but it's orange flavoring.
Yeah. It's actually really. It's actually good, really. Carousel is one of my favorite things because he gave it to me after like the episode, and I've been drinking it. It's one of my favorites.
It's really good, but it's like, it's not something you typically think about, like schnapps, like we use like peach schnapps, which tastes like peach cobbler, by the way. It's like crazy. You barely, at least I barely taste the alcohol, but I'm apparently like an alcoholic. I don't taste alcohol very much. Like I drink 50% whiskey, and I was like, yeah, it's got a little kick.
Damn. You got them like, do you like spicy foods?
It depends. Like some like spicy foods where it's like if it's like peppers and stuff like that, like peños or like not quite like the hardcore peppers, but like stuff like that, like I'm cool with. I don't like hot sauce, because for me it tastes like almost fake spicy. I also don't like vinegar based stuff. Usually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like buffalo sauce and stuff.
Oh.
Like people think like I'm weak. Like I don't like buffalo sauce because it's like the vinegar is like really weird for me.
What about barbecue though?
The barbecue and ketchup are like a little different because it's like there's a lot of other additives into it, whereas buffalo, the vinegar is like a core aspect of it.
I honestly did not. Buffalo tastes so different to me that I didn't know it was vinegar based. But usually, if I can taste the vinegar, I won't like it unless it's pickles.
That's why I'm very specific with my ketchup and barbecue sauce.
Oh.
Like I am a Heinz ketchup through and through.
Oh,
and if it's not Heinz ketchup, I can taste it, and I'm like, this shit's ass. I've even been to restaurants. I get like pretty passionate about this. I've even been to restaurants where they have Heinz bottles, but it's either Hunt's or it's like what's the other one? It starts with it's another H one.
I don't know.
There's like, but they put it in a Heinz bottle, probably something like that. It's like they
make the mustard, right?
Heinz makes usually the Heinz is like
wait. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Shit, I can't think of a. It's like a Heinz ketchup.
One of those. There's Harmon or whatever it's called.
Harmon, maybe that's what I'm thinking
Harmon?
of.
Shit, I'm gonna Google.
Or there's Dijon. No, that's the type of mustard. The
Dijon mustard.
Yeah. But anyways, like they put the different brands of ketchup in the Heinz bottle, and like, and I dip my fries, and I'm like, this is not Heinz ketchup. And my parents think I'm the craziest person ever. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is very sweet. It's probably Hunt's.
I don't like fucking this. Fake.
Like,
do you complain to like the restaurant?
Not my fault. Like, hey,
no,
look,
I'm saying, do you complain?
No. Like, look. In my opinion, Heinz, sometimes it's a little more expensive than other types of ketchup. However, it tastes better. You get what you pay for. So it's like, hey, they're chasing the bag. They're saving that money. Good on them. My only qualm is that they put it in a Heinz bottle. Like, why do you gotta put it in a Heinz bottle when it's not Heinz?
Yeah, because then you expect it and just get disappointed.
You expect that like specific flavor.
Yeah, I can't for like it. That's like with food. I think this is like something that my brain just like short circuited into. Also, it's French's mustard.
French's, okay.
Yeah, French's is the brand. But when I like really look forward to eating some specific food, and because like I'll hyperfixate on it, and because I'm hyperfixating on getting the specific thing, if that changes or if they like forget my ranch or something, it
wrecks everything.
The most disappointing feeling in the world. Not really, but like you get what I mean. Yeah. And like I have been like absolutely devastated by this happening before, and it's just because of the hyperfixation, but still like when you expect something and it's different, especially if you're like a spectrum dweller, it's very disappointing. Isn't the word that I can use to like describe the amount of disappointment that I'm trying to...
I know the exact feeling you're talking about, because like I call it setting your buds. So you set your taste buds for something, and then when it's not that, you're like, even like let's say like you want a burger, right? And like you eat the burger and it's like, it's like a 7, 8 out of 10. It's really a good burger. I'd eat it again. But then it's like, I want that same exact burger but with ranch, and I don't get ranch. That burger's now a 3. No matter what, it's almost gross now because like I want it with this, and it's like I need it right now. Can I get the ranch, please? I want to put ranch on my burger.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like with cane sauce and stuff, like Cane's ain't shit without the sauce. And same with like Chick-fil-A, but like Chick-fil-A also ain't shit without the sauce. Like I'm a very saucy person through and fucking through.
Pause.
Literally, that's all. Like, literally, I'm a saucy person, period. But I also love fucking sauce. Period. But like, slay queen. She, like, but it like makes the food not even worth enjoying. And especially when I want like a specific thing, nothing else will sound good. Even if I'm starving, nothing else will sound good. Exactly. At that point.
Exactly.
Like it's.
Like I want tacos, and you recommend burgers, and it's like, I want tacos. Nah. We can go to a burger place. I ain't gonna eat a burger though. I want tacos. Like I know exactly what you're feeling.
Yeah, it sucks.
Sometimes you gotta eat water for dinner because you just don't really want to eat.
For real, crunch on some ice cubes for extra flavor.
Yeah,
I don't know. Crunching on ice cubes kind of hit different though.
I love chewing ice.
I love chewing specific. I like the cube ice. I don't like the long like
Oh, like
half.
the ice in there?
Yeah.
Like that ice? Yeah. I agree.
Like, I don't like that ice,
yeah.
but like you get like the cube ice, like restaurant ice, and it's like clear.
Yeah. I like the Chick-fil-A ice just because it's like extra.
Oh,
yeah.
Sonic ice too.
Yeah, it's so soft and it's just like like.
Like when I used to work at Sonic, I would just eat the ice sometimes. I'd get like cups of ice. I'm like, easy money.
I love ice. I love chomping on some ice, dog.
Yeah, our friend Eddie, who's also the intern for the podcast. He doesn't drink, so we've been doing this thing where it's like everyone kind of like it's off camera. Y'all don't see it. Y'all have seen the Gabe Classic, but it's like we'll make a drink, like alcoholic beverage or whatever, and like just like test it out. So like Gabe did Bacardi Dragon Fruit and Sprite. Devin did like Bailey's Irish Cream, some rum chata, and then milk. So it's like a very creamy drink, and it was actually pretty. It tasted like chocolate milk almost, like almost kind of chocolate milk with like a little bit of cinnamon in it, and it was pretty good. That was off camera, and Eddie was joking like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get the Eddie Classic, so I'm gonna get some water on the ice, shaken not stirred, and then you rim it with some ice, and then get the water on the ice, the Eddie Classic."
The Eddie Classic might go kind of crazy.
I think it will, honestly.
'Cause I'm a big ice fan. I'll say it.
Pretty hard.
Like water, ice. I don't know, man. We gotta be honest. Something.
Just say if you had to pick though, who are you picking, water or ice? If you had to pick one,
I'm gonna take water.
I would probably also take water.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take water.
I'm sorry. It's because I drink so damn much. Like literally, I have water with me everywhere I go. Like I can't go somewhere without water because I will get thirsty.
I get parched.
Same, like all the time, and then it's hard for me to talk, and like then my mouth will get like. And I hate that.
Do you have it like when you're thirsty? Like your lips aren't dry, but your lips feel dry.
Yes.
And you're like...
Yes. All the time. And then my mouth will get sticky.
You got a cotton mouth? Yeah. I know exactly what you... Like, no matter how much water I drink, if I don't drink water like every hour...
Me too.
Like, I feel like when I wake up, I'm like... I drink the water. Fish brain. I have to drink water.
No, I get that when I wake up because like it just tastes like it has like the weird morning taste.
It's the morning breath, yeah.
No one likes that morning taste. Like the people who can just wake up after like a good sleep and just be like, all right, I'm ready to do my job. I'm like, that's crazy. To me. I don't know how you could do that.
Even when I go to the gym, because I go to the gym like in the mornings, like if I don't brush my teeth, I'm at least chewing gum. Like I cannot stand like the morning taste.
I'm always chewing gum. If I'm not chewing gum, I'm drinking water or chewing ice. Like something is always in my mouth though.
I see you. No questions asked. I got you, boo.
Let me preface what I'm saying here. There was a category last year for best out of context clips. So I gotta make sure I'm.
That is so funny.
Not caught slipping.
Oh, I'm always caught slipping.
Yeah.
All the time. Sometimes the thing, like, actually, this is a lot of the time. A lot of the times, my dear Lord, I know what I'm going to say is absolutely sus. However, I don't care, and I'll say it anyway. And
just get the words out.
Yeah, I literally will not even clarify. Like, I will watch as everybody turns to me and looks at me with, like, that questioning look. And sometimes they'll ask questions, and I'm just like, I don't know. Beats the fuck out of me.
See, I'm not quite that far. But, like, for me, like, I'll... Especially, I've gotten a little better at it, like, now with the podcast. But, like, back in, like, season 1, like, I would think something, and I don't want to lose it. So I'd, like, I wouldn't interrupt anybody, but, like, I'd wait my turn to speak. And I'm like, I'll say it. And everyone's just like... And I'm like, I got the words out. Ask your questions.
That is so funny.
Like, the whole, like, I kind of... I don't want to say I ran the out of context category. But if I didn't split the votes, I would have won.
That's so funny.
I had 2 and 3. They both had almost as many votes as the winner. But because I split the votes, like I didn't win anything.
Dang.
Unfortunately. But it's like the one of my favorite ones that I have is like American Psycho Tyler. So then I was talking about, I don't remember what we were talking about. It was like something about like Devin killed my family, or like he like did something.
I think you're saying like the only way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like the only way like I'd like forgive you is if I killed your family. Like I'm gonna bust in your house, run upstairs, like, hey yo, where your sister at? And that was the outside. That was the out of context clip of me saying like, where your sister at?
That's so funny.
So, no, but then like if someone asks, I'd be like, yeah, I mean it like this. Like I'll elaborate.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I love talking, so I don't mind elaborating.
I'll elaborate only seldomly though. Like if it's something that's like, well, let me, or like if
a little
if it's
too
just,
much, yeah.
Even if it's not, because like when things that I know are obscure, I will not clarify on. But if it's like something that has actual intent, then I'll be like, actually, this is because of this, or it's because of like a rabbit hole that my brain went down. Like
and it made sense to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like I was somewhere in my brain, I was thinking about wooden tables. This was fairly recently, like a couple months ago. I was thinking about wooden tables, and then I was like, we have like wooden tables from like way back when. And then I was like, when did we start working with wood? Mm-hmm. What is the earliest known period that we made a wooden table? And then for like 2 weeks, I was researching prehistoric humans, and that's just how it devolved. And then it just kind of landed there.
Oh, you're kind of onto something. When did we start working with wood?
I don't think I ever learned.
All that work.
For real.
I think it would be hard to kind of hammer down because wood breaks down if you don't treat it properly. It's hard to have like archaeological records of wood anything.
Yeah, there are like a lot of really cool things. Like this is not woodworking, but there's like tree like stumps or whatever, like fossils of them. And when there's like gaps in the fossil, like whatever will like leak into it and fill it in and become opal. So there's like opal wood, like when you cut open a piece of wood and you see like all those rings and stuff, it's like opal rings, and it's very cool. I love fossils.
Yeah, they're pretty nifty.
They rock.
Yeah, they.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah.
Last one to get the joke.
Last one to get the
no,
joke.
I didn't even get it either. I got it when you said that. I was like, oh, it was a joke.
Right. It wasn't even.
Who's the best type of scientist? A geologist, because they rock. It's pertinent.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
All right,
but anyway,
get back on this after talking about food and
for real
food talk.
Yeah, but speaking of things on your mind that are like out of pocket and out of context, I'm very bad with open invites. But if you ever want like another person,
straight up, I literally live like.
Literally,
I guess you cut that out. But like,
literally text me though, and then I'll be like, yes, because like I will not, because like. I think it's something to do with like the whole, you know,
the tism,
the tism, the good old tism. I can't like with like social cues and stuff because I tend to be pretty good at them, but also I like don't like really, if it's like an open invite or something, or I have to invite myself, I won't do it just because I don't want to like disappoint people with me being there.
No, straight up, like I'll text you and
hell yeah,
like,
that would be awesome. Because
I can just swing by because like if Eduardo's going, I'm picking him up anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like I can just loop back around.
Does he still live like right across the street from me?
Yeah.
Hog. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, hey, do you know where Liz? Because I didn't have any like cons because I didn't have you on Discord until like last night. Yeah. So I was like, do you know where like she lives? Because I asked Gabe if like he had your number or something, or like he could send me the Discord or whatever. I asked him something, and he was like, yeah. And he went on Snap Maps and sent a picture of your house. He's like, here it is. And I was like, thanks, man. Like, I'm like, you think this helps? I'm like, oh, this house? I got it. I know exactly. No.
Dang.
And then he's like, no, it has the address on there. And I'm like, in confined print. I basically had to like zoom on your house and like see the. And then you text me on Discord like, oh yeah, this is my address. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can actually like see it now.
Also, do you not use your Snapchat?
I do. Not that often, but like, yeah, I'm on Discord, but on Snapchat, since I don't post on my stories or anything, because that is like to do with my whole hiatus. But I am on it occasionally. Like if you send me a message, like somebody that I know in person, I will respond to it. But I'm not on it all that often anymore. Yeah,
because like I originally texted, like before I even texted you on Discord, I texted you on Snapchat first, and I was like, oh, because it was like 2 days and you didn't respond. I was like, oh, she probably doesn't use Snapchat. So I went to Discord and you responded like immediately. So I was like, oh, okay. So she's a Discord person.
Yeah. Everyone has their stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even see it.
Oh, let me see. I might have deleted it. Maybe.
Delete it? Why?
Because I was like, oh, she already responded on. No, it's still there. It says delivered 7 weeks ago. Unless this isn't you anymore. Unless you have a different like Snapchat.
No, that's me. What the fuck? Where are you?
Oh, it says delivered 7 weeks ago.
7 weeks or 7 days?
7 weeks ago, yeah.
Weeks? It says received.
Received?
Yeah.
Like you sent something back to me?
No, just received. Is that not you?
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, like you opened it.
Yeah, I didn't though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened then.
But now we know Discord though.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but
like if you want, because like I like to be able to like, you know, see it on my home screen and stuff, just in case it's something that I need to read and process.
Yeah.
Because I'm very bad about that too. I've been getting very good at like talking about like how I feel about certain things, but with Snapchat, like having to respond immediately,
No, I completely get that.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I definitely prefer to be able to see the message first so I can be like, okay, I know what I'm replying to. Give me a second.
So I can think about my response. Yeah, that's why if it's like a serious conversation, I don't really like to have it on the phone. I like to do it through text. And I know that that's like something that's very frowned upon. But also, I can't process it otherwise, because especially if it's something like in a relationship, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There have been times, and even just like friendships and stuff, where I've been pressured to respond, but it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Let me think about this first. So I can think about, because like I don't always know how I feel, but like when I do, I need to figure out how to structure it and how to place that into words that can be comprehended. And because I know the things that I say aren't always understood, because sometimes I will like accidentally like jumble things together and it won't make sense. So I need to think about how this will make sense and leave absolutely no room for misunderstanding. So it takes me a while to pen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's why like on Snapchat I do like the slide thing where you hold it.
That doesn't work anymore though.
Yes, it does.
For
you
real?
have to, you have to
like grab it by their
Bitmoji
though.
You can't do it the same way that you used to be able to do it.
Bro,
like,
somebody send me a message right now.
I don't have any Snapchat, but like you used to be able to like go like that and do it, but now you have to like grab the Bitmoji, and you can still do it.
And it doesn't open it.
And you have to like that.
Bro, for
swipe
real?
Away.
Gabe is typing. Okay. Let me practice.
I think I forgot.
I mean, yeah, just do it right now. I mean, even if it doesn't work, whatever you did last time works, because I didn't get it.
I didn't do that. I didn't even know there was a thing. I literally don't even have it, but I have this one.
And then you grab the Bitmoji. You can't get the whole thing, like, but you still.
I mean, you can get a lot of it, especially like
pretty good close,
look, I can get all of it really.
Yeah, but it's like
And then,
when you get too close though, you run the chance of like your thumb slipping. And it's like
nah, my thumb pretty sticky, bro. My
oh, that sucks.
My thumb has some grip to it.
Gorilla grip thumbs.
Yeah, it grips.
Does it show that I read it on yours? On your end?
No.
Thank you.
I think you should have like the crazy. Oh, you talking about that? Okay. I think you actually opened it. Yeah, you have to grab by the Bitmoji.
Fuck yeah! Thank you, dog. This makes me so much more inconspicuous.
Yeah, so it's like
now you opened it.
That's why like a lot of times if someone
now.
sends me like an actual text, I'll like see what it is, and if it's like, oh yeah, real quick, I just text back.
Yeah.
Like if it's like something that's like, I don't want to talk about this right now, swipe away. And then it's like, oh, I was busy, sorry.
Yeah. If someone's texting me, it's like, hey yo, like I don't know, some stupid question like, do you like Sprite or Coke? I'm like, all right, easy money, respond. And then Tyler texts me and be like, how do you feel about 9/11? What did that make you feel like? I'm like, whoa.
I know you were alive during 9/11. You saw it on TV. How did you feel?
Because that's the question Tyler loves to ask you. Just like, how do you feel about 9/11? What are your thoughts? And like, give me
it's
an
my
essay.
favorite question in the world.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just how he is.
Guys, episode 54. Go look at it again. Just go back.
Can I say this off the record?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You should see my meme folder.
Oh yeah, I got some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I'll say about 9/11.
All I'm gonna say is that jet fuel cannot melt steel beams. That's all I'm gonna say.
So what?
Jet fuel cannot melt steel beams. Jet fuel can't burn hot enough to melt steel beams, and the Twin Towers were constructed using steel beams as a framework. So when the plane crashes into it, it cannot burn hot enough to actually melt the steel beams, causing it to fall. Thus, people believing that George Bush did 9/11, it was an inside job. Or either George Bush or the owner of the Twin Towers to use it as like insurance. Because the reason why people say George Bush is because hundreds of billions of dollars like disappeared from American like money, like the government's money, and then like that was like September 9th or September 10th, and then that happened right after. So people say it was like a cover up, but that's like conspiracy getting into it. I don't say I believe that. I've seen a lot of like video essays about it and stuff. So it's like I've seen a lot of stuff regarding it. And like the whole, because I like the Back to the Future predicting 9/11.
Yeah,
I loved that video so much.
I have not seen it, but it sounds funny.
God, dude, you should watch it. It's a little older. Like I remember watching it like sophomore or junior year high school. But like, there is so like, it's almost like Simpsons level of like there's almost no like, so like Marty went back to the past and they were at the Twin Pines Motel. And when he came back and it was an altered future, it was the mall, and it was the Lone Pine Mall. And then in the second movie, they're in the year 2015 or 2016, in 2015. And Marty has a bad back, so he has this contraption that floats, and he's upside down, and the TV like plays a bunch of videos going down or upwards. But then from his perspective, it shows the Twin Towers and it's falling. It's like a whole thing. They go like really hard into it, and it's actually kind of like
most unfortunate.
This is really interesting.
Damn.
I've even seen the video, and I haven't even seen Back to the Future. I just thought it was funny. I was like, I gotta watch this video.
No, I definitely I've watched it like so many times because I don't believe it, but I think it's very funny that like the coincidences stack up, or like the Simpsons like COVID.
Yeah.
Thing. Like just things like that I think are so funny.
Yeah, honestly, The Simpsons is kind of surreal. Like, they've got to have some, like, inside, like, future teller man.
Well, people say
thing.
What's even funnier is that Matt Groening is the guy, like, one of the starters of the Simpsons.
Why is that his name?
I don't know. It's like Groening, so it's like Groening, Groening, Matt Groening. Anyways, he's the one that started The Simpsons. He also invented Futurama. And people say that he's from the year 3000.
Damn.
Because, like, even, like, the whole thing of, like, for instance, like, Trump going down the escalator, like, it was, like, bar for bar, exactly, down to, like, the people in the audience with the signs. It was exactly the same.
That's crazy.
And, like, the whole, like, COVID thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's obviously way more with The Simpsons. And people attribute it to, like, oh, it's been around. This is, like, their fucking 40th season or something. Yeah,
you're bound to get
so you're bound to get some right. But it's, like, to the extent that they get stuff like verbatim what it is just insane.
That's just sus to me.
Yeah.
Like coincidences, like the monkey and the typewriter eventually writing Shakespeare thing.
Exactly.
Cool. Yes, but that's all probability. Like, I mean, you're bound to have coincidences happen, but like if it's like, you know, like
frame for frame.
If it happens a number of times, that ain't a coincidence, bitch. That's a pattern.
They even had one with a like a Trump rally. Like in the episode came out like 2016, 2017.
Oh, that's funny.
And it was of a Trump rally in like 2020 when he was going for re-election, and down to like the people in the background, their skin tone.
I've seen that image. Yeah.
It's like, holy shit! Like this is like creepy level of like how accurate it is.
Yeah.
It gets pretty insane.
Just pray you never get on the Simpsons radar.
That's also thing. It's like it can't even just be that he's from the future. There's got to be something else going at play. Because even if you're from the future, for him to remember that amount of detail is like unreal.
Well, like part of the theory is like,
have, like
he has like comms devices. Basically like a phone from the future, and he could like look up like historical stuff that like happens in our future. But it's like, and he's like, they'll never think because I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
That's another conspiracy.
That's what he would tell you if he wanted you to believe otherwise.
Are you from the future? No, that sounds like someone from the future would
say. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sus.
I love conspiracy. How do we like every guest we have, except for like Mandy, we end up talking about conspiracy theories.
We do every time. I don't know why.
I just noticed that like we had a whole conspiracy theory episode like with no guests, like about like any like crazy conspiracy theories. We just talking about basically just random like cryptids, things like that, whatever. Right? And then like you're like the third guest I think we've talked about conspiracy theories.
There's so much to unpack with them. How do y'all feel about flat Earth?
Oh, you know how I feel about flat Earth.
We hate it.
How I feel about flat Earth.
we had like a whole like 30-minute segment on the episode.
I was almost getting mad. I was like, we didn't have cameras. I was like shaking. I was like, it's so dumb. I was like getting mad for like no reason.
I felt that I am studying a lot of physics right now because I want to get into astrobiology. And that's like, you know, like planets and shit. Yeah. And the fact that I think about it every now and then, and it's not that the conspiracy exists. What baffles me is that people fucking believe it. Like, I know that...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, I know the whole, like, the general consensus of people are stupid.
But like that's another level.
That's like an unbelievable comedic amount of stupid.
No, what's even funnier, and I don't know if you know this, because like I got real deep into like looking into this flat earth stuff.
Oh, please tell me.
There was a span between 2010 and 2020, or like 2010 2017, where there was like a flat earth group. It was like Flat Earth Society of America or something like that. Yeah, and they were like they raised so much fucking money to prove that the earth was flat, and they brought in scientists, and they did like 7, 8 or 9 or 10, like they did a lot of experiments to prove that the earth was flat, and every single time they proved themselves wrong, and they were just like, faulty experiment. And what's even funnier is the people that donated was like, yeah, faulty experiment, try the next one. Like, because like it's like a there's a word for
confirmation bias.
Yeah.
It goes beyond that, because it's like I forget what it's called, but there's a thing with like human psychology where it's like if you devote enough of an important resource like time or money into something, to admit that you were wrong would be harder than just spending more money or spending more time on it. Yeah. That's why people like build obsessions like over stuff that like can never happen, because they don't want to admit that they were wrong. So like subconsciously they'll just be like, I must have just fucked up somehow, let me prove it right.
Yeah.
And it's like they get so into it, and I watched so much stuff about that.
I think it is like confirmation bias, or at least something adjacent to that.
For sure.
Well, it goes into confirmation bias.
Yeah. That always baffles my brain a little bit, because it is not that hard. Because sometimes it is hard, like with your ego and your pride and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not that hard to admit that you were wrong, because it's a lot easier to learn it right afterwards, and then being able to relay correct information instead of being fucking stupid for the rest of your damn life. Like, it's literally not hard at all. I take that back. It's not that hard to admit that you're wrong about something and then learning from, because like I think that's the main thing that's wrong with us nowadays, is that people aren't open to learning.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, because that is honestly is going to and is actively running us straight into the ground.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
The round ground.
the very much round ground.
Yeah.
I remember one of this guy, and it was like a skit, like a comedy, like making fun of flat earthers. He's like, all right, round earthers, if you think that the earth is round, then how come I could put this spherical ball on the sidewalk and it doesn't roll? Explain that one. And then,
how big is the ball, dummy?
It was like a basketball, and he put it on the concrete, and he's like, see, if it's like sloped, it rolls, but it's not. So it's flat. And there was people in the comments, because he did it as like satire, as a joke.
Oh, okay.
But people in the comments were like, that's what I've been saying this whole time. Everyone knows, but like people, I think
they don't understand. It comes down to like scaling. People do not truly understand size, like scaling.
It's scaling. People don't understand just how truly big the Earth is, and just how truly small that we are as humans. But beyond that, it's an intelligence thing. Like I genuinely like, and I could get hate on this, whatever. I think that if you genuinely believe in flat Earth with all of your heart, you are an unintelligent human being, because there is like no way that you can logically come to that conclusion.
Yeah, that's so I wouldn't exactly, because I mean I tend to be on the won't piss people off sort of thing, even though I will never tell you that you're right, and I will ask you questions regardless of if I believe you or not. Just because because I honestly, I don't care what you believe in. I just want to know why you believe in it.
Yeah.
That tends to be my whole philosophy around things, because like, I mean, you can believe in something that's absolutely stupid, but if you have a reason, then I'm like, okay, sure. But if you just believe in something stupid and you're stupid, then like, bruh.
Yeah.
But like, I was going on something and then I went on a tangent and now I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh. Right. I'm sorry. I remembered, but I forgot again.
Well, I can just talk, and if you remember, just like don't be afraid to like interrupt. But like for me, it's like, because it goes into that, and it's like, if they could provide anything that's valid evidence, and it's logical and it makes sense, yeah, I give you that.
Yeah.
The problem is that there isn't any.
Yeah.
The only thing that they can really rely on is that the government's lying to us. And what are you gonna do? Believe the government?
Yeah.
Yeah. like, oh, do you want me to just believe like NASA photos from space? Like, is that not a real thing?
The moon landing was
the
faked.
Moon landing was faked.
Absolutely.
I mean, even though I don't believe it either. I
makes the most.
I give you more
sense,
intelligence points for believing the moon landing's fake than like Earth being flat.
Me too, because with what I was saying earlier, I am not one to really piss people off. Again, I'll ask you why, sort of thing, but the scientist in me says otherwise. And like, since you're on about it, I feel comfortable. Like, straight up, so stupid.
It's like, so stupid.
There are so many things that people believe in, and I won't tell what, because then that would be, again, hot take, very controversial. But I know that I'm not the smartest person, and I'm aware of that. Oh, thank you. But no, like I am aware of this. However, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just don't, because like, if I'm not the smartest person and people are this stupid, where is the average intelligence at?
Well, do you know about the whole like Yellowstone trash can thing?
What?
So Yellowstone, people complain because there's trash like all over Yellowstone. It's not because people like litter. It's because animals keep getting into the trash cans. And they're like, why don't you make them a little harder for the animals to get in? And the director of the Yellowstone National Park said, people wouldn't believe how much of an overlap there is between the smartest animals and the dumbest humans.
Yeah.
Which is like, what? So you're telling me like Yogi the Bear's like an actual shit? Like he actually like goes and steals picnics? Like, come on, man. Like,
I love
like,
Yogi Bear.
They're like, there's because there are going to be not hyper intelligent, but like more intelligent animals than like their peers, whatever. But then it's like to think that their level is higher than that of a human being, of which I am a species with them, is insane. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's just weird to think about. You know?
I think it all comes down with the fact that people are down to the fact that people are. Is that the Whataburger colors?
What? Oh,
the
yeah,
anime
it
girl.
is. Oh wait, what? A Whataburger?
No. Hold that against the anime girl.
Yeah, Whataburger orange?
Lamau. I was like, wait a minute. That's white and orange. Okay, sorry, I just noticed that.
Whataburger waifu.
For real. For real, she needs like a plaque.
True.
But
we can make her one.
Please?
But anyway, sorry. Yeah. I don't remember what we were saying.
I think it all comes down to the fact that people are not willing to learn.
They are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
People want to think that they are already like established. They're like, I'm already smart enough. I don't need to learn new things. I know everything pretty much. And the stuff that they are willing to admit they don't know is like unimportant stuff. It's like, I maybe don't know the quadratic formula. It's like, okay, yeah,
is that consequential in your life?
Yeah, like when it's like real stuff, like stuff with space. Like, nah, I'm pretty sure I know it. I've grown up my whole life looking at like flat maps, and I think Earth's probably flat. So
speaking
who
of,
did you tell me?
I learned this recently. I think I was looking into coconut crabs because of Amelia Earhart. But somehow along the lines, I figured out that like, you know, maps of like flat maps of Earth show Earth as like, you know, flat rather than a globe.
Yeah.
And people would like, you would think that going from point A to point B on a map, you could just go like a straight route. But planes, when going from route A, route B, like go to several different stops, and it's not a straight line to account for the curvature of Earth to make transit faster than going in a straight fucking line.
Have you seen a flight from Sydney to New York? It was like the longest flight.
No.
So if you have a nonstop flight, like if you're looking at a globe, usually it would be like kind of down because you have to go from like New York to like Sydney,
Right.
like Australia. But they actually go almost to the North Pole.
Right.
Because it's faster.
Uh-huh.
Because if you go all the way around, it'd be like a 20-hour flight. But if you go over almost like Antarctica, not really, but like almost, then it's, wait, Antarctica's dead.
Wait.
The Arctic Circle.
North Pole?
Yeah.
Around there? Like
Yeah,
that,
you go up. I
that
think
frozen mass of Earth.
Might be being dumb geography. Antarctica's the bottom, right?
Antarctica's the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, because Antarctica, yeah. Okay.
Wherever Club Penguin takes space.
Yeah. Because like, I remember now, because in sixth grade geography, he was like, yeah, think about it like Antarctica, and you start from your butt. So it's like it's the bottom side. That makes sense. Yeah.
As an
Okay,
interesting
Anyways,
teacher.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. He passed away, unfortunately.
Aw.
Anyways, you have to go like up to almost the North Pole and then go back down. Not the
Yeah.
North Pole, but you go up there really far.
Up to the very cold part.
Very cold part.
Yeah.
Which makes the flight faster because the Earth is round.
Yeah.
And I just think it's funny. Another thing about I don't want to like spend too much time on this because we've spent a
Yeah.
lot of time like in previous episodes. But like
At
last
this point,
time,
we
like,
might as well just make it a consistent thing. We get a guest, we ask about.
How do you feel about conspiracy
what's your
theories?
biggest
Yeah.
conspiracy theory that you believe in? No,
Seems to be a
like
consistent.
the whole
thing.
like flat Earth thing. People say that like because people talked about like, well, how come like the constellations like they move from our perspective because we're spinning? And they say, well, actually, the government built a dome.
What the fuck?
Right? That's one of them. Is that they built a dome, and then like the sun is like a lamp, and then the moon is like right there, and then it moves. And people are like, well, how about eclipses? And they're like, oh yeah, they can just like make a fake Earth, and it gives a fake eclipse. to
What the
moon.
fuck? That's
There's
so-
also have you heard
the
about
amount
that?
of money and resources they think our government has is insane, especially because like constellation been a thing since the 1700s. Do you think they had the technology to build a dome in the 1700s?
What's
they
even-
were a thing before that, but
Well,
what
it's
is
like
this?
they're
The
popular,
Truman
right?
Show?
Yeah, popular.
Yeah,
I had to
so.
look up the name because I was
Yeah.
like, "What's that movie with Jim Carrey? They
Yeah.
have like a dome and shit." What?
I still haven't seen the movie, but I need to.
I-
I know about it.
Me
stuff,
neither.
Like everything that happens.
I watched it recently because I took a film appreciation class. Just because I thought it would have been a blow-off class. It wasn't. But it was a very
It's
good
not,
class. Yeah, it was a very good class. I have been cultured a lot. I am now like the type of person who like, because I used to not watch TV at all and not watch movies anymore. But now if I see some fucking stupid ass shit on Netflix, I'll be like, fuck it, and I'll start watching it.
Yeah.
And I love that I'm that type of person now. But like, yeah, we watched it through there. It was a very good movie.
Yeah, I got into the bad habit of calling movies films, which isn't like
Lamau.
that bad, but it's like I unironically called them films because we
Yeah.
had two in the class. So I was like,
Yeah, I will occasionally, but our class didn't require it. Like film, movies.
God, we had to write because I took it over the summer. It was a 5-week course,
Ooh.
and I had to. It was like 3 movies a week, which doesn't seem bad.
Oh God.
But it's like when you have to write a paper on each one, and then you had to pick one, and then go like the hyper in depth with like the cinematography, the clothing, like everything. You had to go so in depth, and that was like every week.
that sucks.
So it's like, and if you put movies, you got like a letter grade docked off. If you put the word movie, unless you're talking about like the movie industry, which you could talk about. But like if you called a film a movie, you get points docked off.
That sucks.
So I had to like call everything films, and then now I unironically sometimes just call stuff films.
Oh yeah, no,
Which
I'll
I
do
don't
it
like
too.
about myself. I wish I could just change that, like zip it out of my memory. You know?
I get you. Same diff.
Yeah.
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 Any other questions that you have?
Oh
in
yeah,
there
I
as
have
well?
plenty. We had a
Yeah.
very large tangent there.
Sorry. I encourage them.
Dude, I don't even.
No,
It's more content, that's
I
what's
encourage
funny.
Absolutely.
tangents.
I
as well.
love it.
We're the tangent
like I said,
podcast.
Like I
For
said,
real.
I didn't want this to be an interview. I wanted it to be
Yeah.
like a question, and let's talk about stuff. And
Yeah.
tangents happen.
Yeah.
You know, and
the
I love
beauty
it
of it.
because
The
I
entirety
get
of
to
my
get
streams.
mad about like 9/11 and
For real?
and the flat Earth and ketchup. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Mustard. What the
that's how
fuck is a brand?
That's how we got to the controversies because the 9/11 thing. We were talking about the swipe thing, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Tyler asked me about 9/11," and then it went there. That's like a fun game I like to do. Is like, how did we get to this tangent?
Yeah.
it should be on the screen. How did we get here?
Yeah, it's like trivia night with the viewers. How did we get from point A, mustard, to point B, 9/11?
That would be a really, really funny like game show thing to do.
How did we get from this to this? Was it A, how did we get from ketchup to flat Earth? Was it A, 9/11, B, the Truman Show,
C, the Korean War.
the Korean War, and D, ketchup? Technically, that wouldn't be bad. Anyways,
Technically, two answers. You don't want to be that person.
Yeah, you don't want to be that.
I gotta
guy.
see what you have.
Oh yeah, let me see real quick. Let me show you that. Oh yeah. So if you're like comfortable, like with the stuff that you have done in like the voice acting business,
Yeah.
how much do you get paid?
Okay, so
If you're cool with that.
yeah, it's different for everybody. Actually, anime, out of all of the voice acting gigs that you can do, anime pays you the least.
Oh really?
Really. People, I didn't even know this, but anime is not a very like well-respected
Yeah.
thing. It's like
No, I feel that. Yeah.
yeah, it's like when film was new, like theater actors were like, I would never put myself down on that level and be in a film when I could be on a stage and be like the respected actor that I am. Like, that's how people view anime.
It's like I've talked to you and someone else about it, but it's like it seems like a big thing to us because we're in the community. But when you're outside of the community, it's like it's nothing. Like people don't give any credence to it. It's getting more popularized now. Yeah. But it's like it is nothing, and it's like so weird to think about that.
Yeah, and the amount sounds like a lot at first, but when you take into account like other things, like the whole you're freelancing and the whole like the resources that they have versus like it's not good when it comes down to that, but it sounds good. It used to be like I used to get, I don't know, like 32, 34 an hour. But now, like that is the least that anyone that I worked for has like paid you, and that's still very, very little, even compared to other anime studios. They'll pay you a lot more than that, and then it went up to like I think it's like 60 something an hour with a 2-hour minimum. So like I think I get like or maybe it's like 40 something. I forgot the exact number because it depends on how many hours I work. Yeah. But it sounds like a good amount, but like when it comes to doing other stuff, it's the lowest that you can do while being paid to voice act. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you go maybe a little more in depth because you said it depends on how many hours you work. What do you mean by that?
Because like if I go in for like. Because, like, it's a 2-hour minimum, meaning, like, if you go in for 30 minutes, you get paid for 2 hours. Because the pay is so low, they kind of have to guarantee that it's worth, like, the transit and that sort of thing. Yeah. But, like, hours, like, if I have a session on this day and a session on this day, I'm being paid for, like, 2-hour minimums. So that, like, changes the amount and the amount that I see. But, like, I could probably dig somewhere and see how much, like, an hour, but I think it's, like, 40 to...
Okay, because like maybe just the way my brain was working when you said that, I was like, is it like a sliding scale? Like the more you work, the less you get paid per hour?
No,
like,
definitely
just
not.
Like the way my brain like interpreted what you said.
Yeah, sorry, I
no,
could have
that's
been more clear.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is like this anymore. I'm not sure. But I know that it used to be a tier thing. Like based on how important of a voice actor you are.
I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's like everything.
Like if you work like a number of hours or a number of big things, your pay rate will increase to like tier whatever. I don't know if they do that anymore. I think that they do because voice actors, if you work in union or something, can charge more. But if you're not one of them, you're kind of at the mercy of everybody else. So yeah.
Just one of the questions like this is the first question I actually wrote down. So are there any projects that you'd like to work on?
I like to work on all of them.
All of them? But like is there any like specific things that like, oh yeah, if I can get in this?
Oh, that I would like to?
Like you want to.
Oh,
like that's
God.
Like I need this.
Oh my God.
I mean obviously FNAF anime, voicing Gregory.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously. That's just the given. We're taking it out of the
literally
way. Yeah.
Get me in FNAF. I need to be in FNAF. Y'all can't see it, listeners or viewers, but I'm wearing a FNAF shirt right now.
She is, yes.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah,
I fucking love FNAF.
We low-key almost match.
For real. Like, it's like his shirt, but with FNAF on it.
Basically,
yeah. Hot Topic. But,
That's what I'm saying. All my shit's from Hot Topic.
For real.
And Spencer's.
Love that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because I have a couple suggestions. Well, I have like a suggestion.
Oh yeah, the one we came up together.
Yeah. So in JoJo's part 7, Still Well Run.
Yeah.
There are one character that Gabe thinks would fit. And I do agree to an extent as well, but also like another one that like I think would kind of fit your voice.
Really?
So there's a girl named Lucy and a girl named Hot Pants.
Limphal.
Hot Pants is a more mask character. And she makes people think she's a guy.
That's me!
So that's the one that we both talked about. Because like we both love Hot Pants. Like she's awesome. She's a great character. Yeah. And it's like that'd be cool if you could voice her when they finally go around to getting it animated, if they can figure out the horse situation. Yeah. But and then also Lucy, who is more like towards the end of the series. The end of the part. She's in the first half, but like she's not as relevant. And then like at the end she's like really relevant. And I think personally, your personality, like the way that you sound, you could like embody Lucy.
Let's go.
She's like a 15-year-old.
She's 15, but she's like a badass. She's a badass. I mean, straight up.
Let's go.
I guess.
All the shit that she did without a stand.
I guess.
That takes you being a badass, bro.
I don't know.
I haven't seen either of them, but I love the suggestions.
I'll show you pictures after.
Please.
Because like I think like personally just I don't know if it's because I know you. Or, like I know your voice more than like most people would. That sounds weird. Like I've heard you talk at a range of different. Like I've heard you talk in a more calm setting. I've heard you talk in an excited setting. High, lows, everything. And it's like I feel like you could like embody Lucy, like straight up.
I'm so honored.
So hey, if they get around to it, and you see Lucy, I don't even know her last name. Would it just be Valentine?
Steele.
Or Steele? Yeah, because she's not Valentine. Duh. So like Lucy Steele, you get in there.
I would absolutely love to be in JoJo because I think it would be so. Because a lot of the things that I can't really think of, but like a lot of things that I would want to be in are because it would be really fucking funny to be in it. But JoJo is one of those things that like it's just
bizarre.
I just want exactly fucking bizarre and adventure even. Like I feel like it would be so because even if it's something minor like One Piece, like I want to say that I'm in it.
Yeah.
But like bro, I would love to be someone relevant.
See that would be like more of like like a main, not a main role, but she's like I'd say she's like more of the main side character category.
Yeah, bro. If I was an anime, it would be JoJo. I've been told this for years that I am like a JoJo character for a variety of different. I'm honored. That's so fucking funny. But I think it's like the being out of pocket and the tism, just like a mixture of all of the things that make me strange.
Yeah.
Bizarre even.
Bizarre even one would say, or even adventurous, honestly.
For real, like I don't know, that might be taking a little bit bizarre.
Bizarre for sure.
100%. But like,
I think you would smash those roles.
Thank you so much, bro. I would fucking love to. But
and then obviously, like once it comes out and you get big and famous, like we'd obviously have you back.
Oh, for real?
We got a farm clout.
100%. Yeah, like bro, free clout.
We got a JoJo voice actor in the studio.
I literally.
We're like,
just me up front.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I just want to hang with the homies, dog. Like for real.
We could do a chicken coop episode that's like JoJo themed.
That would be funny as fuck.
It's like whoever you voice, it's like, oh yeah, this is your drink, and like you get your own special drink.
Hell yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
But is there anything else like you could think of like, oh yeah, I definitely would like to voice in that.
Okay. It doesn't exist yet. But oh my god, I'm about to go off so hard. Holy fuck. There's this app, this game that I have on my phone. It's called Dress Up Time Princess. The name is retarded. I don't know. Can I say that on YouTube?
That's fine.
I feel like I have authority to say that. The name is strange. But
bizarre even.
Fucking for real, dog. He said it. But it's so fucking good. Like I started playing this a couple years ago. And I have over like not consecutive days, but days that I've logged in, over like 600 and something days on this game. And basically it has like this storybook and there are episodes in the story and there's like a dress up stage in these episodes, and they have like exclusive clothing and shit that you can make and buy, and the episodes are like it's like a butterfly effect. The decisions that you make in this episode will affect your outcome.
Affects everything else.
Yeah, and there's so many different endings, and then there's like so much side stuff in it now. The devs, Time Princess is the only game that I will like spend money on, like on my phone, because the devs work so hard.
They actually care about the product.
Yes, they care about the clothing. It's obvious the physics of it are so good. You can even see like fibers on like several pieces of clothing and shit like that. But there was like, they have like this mail system, and sometimes they'll like reach out to the community, like how does the community feel about this? You guys can vote on this or take this survey or come to this social event thing that they're doing. And they mentioned doing a movie. And if Time Princess did anything that is having an English dub, or if it's done in English,
you're in there.
I want to be in Time Princess so bad. I don't care who. I just want to be in Time Princess. I want to get in with the devs, because if I do, if I ever do screen shit and have to do events and stuff, I want Time Princess clothing. Like, the clothing is so good. After this, I'll fucking show it to you. It's so amazing. I am so passionate about this game.
Would you say that you're like one of like the, not just like subjective, like objectively, do you think you're like one of the up there for like most hours on the game?
I don't know about most hours, but I don't even know about most levels, but I am probably one of the oldest.
Maybe you could leverage, like, hey, look,
for real.
I'm a day oneer.
Bro,
much.
I am
Check
so
the logs.
I'm
Check-
so
right
I'm
there,
so loyal
right there.
to you, dog. I will prove my loyalty now. Please.
I
Make me this
spent
dress.
12 grand on you. Please, I need this.
You know how much money I've spent on events for your game. You know how much exclusive 6-star clothing I have in your
Once you
game.
pay me, we're breaking even.
Yeah, just give me a couple dresses. Like, come on, just, you know, like, we'll help each other out. Yeah.
Just
For real, like, you know.
it's like a
Back
clause in your
scratches.
contract that you get paid like money, but you also get paid in like virtual dresses.
Bro, literally, if like I got famous enough ever and they wanted promotion, they probably don't need it now, but like if they ever did and like literally just put me in your clothes, please.
I'll wear
I just
it.
want to wear them. They're so good. God, I love Time Princess. Yeah, I don't get to nerd out about it that much because it's like such an obscure thing to nerd out about, but I'm so fucking passionate about this game. I do my dailies like every day. So good.
It used to be like that with the they had, Seven Deadly Sins had like a game. And
Really?
yeah.
The anime?
Yeah, they had a game, like a mobile game, and I played that for like a year and a half.
Damn.
I didn't spend any money because like they were really good with like not like loot boxes, but you can like they have a lot of free shit, so it's like I didn't really need to like do anything, but I grinded up to like top 10 in the world for like a while there.
Wow.
Like I was pulling out like calcs, like I was stat calking. I was like I had like spreadsheet. I had an actual Excel spreadsheet with every character that I had. I was like, all right, so if I give
That
you this armor
rocks.
and this ring and this sword, okay, so I can do this. I pair you two together, get you in the back lines. Like I was like getting into it for a long time. And
That's awesome.
like most, like I don't think really anyone knows I played that game for a long time. But like that was like my shit, dude.
That
for
rocks.
I did my dailies every day. I minimum logged 2 hours a day.
Damn.
I do it. I'm walking to class. I'm playing the game. I'm in class and I'm bored. I'm playing a quick round. Like I was grinding comp. It was going crazy.
That's me checking Time Princess because like you have cats that'll go out on these missions and bring back rewards for you. I'll be like setting like my cat because I like to. There's like a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and like an 8 hour like session where your cats will be gone and then they have to like rest that equal amount of time and you can send like different cats to like different. That's besides the point. But like I like to do the 2 hour ones because then I can like there are some things that are like objectives like send your cat outs 2 times a day. And if it's like my cats are out 8 hours and then resting 8 hours and then have to go out 8 hours again and then come back, I don't have enough time in the day to like be able to do that twice. And like, so like I like to do the 2 hour thing. So I'll like go in and send out my cats again. And like I'll like check on some other stuff, maybe like get some rewards. But Time Princess is very giving with like this because like I used to not spend money on them. I do now because I don't feel bad about it anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't do it very often because I'm broke. But like. I mean, if anything, I will. But I played for a while when it was newer, and then I stopped playing for like a year. And when I got back, the amount of like player loyalty rewards that I got
I love
for
those.
for being gone for so long and then just getting like a shit ton of rewards. It was like back to back to back to back.
It's
I
dopamine
got so rich just off of that. And I have been like managing my Time Princess finances ever since.
You're just living. You're like retired. You're just living off it.
Absolutely, yeah. But
Draw
now
3% annually.
for real. But now like the stories are getting more expensive, not money wise, but like material wise, because you like make clothing and stuff. Now they're more expensive, so it's harder to like you know. I have to like manage my finances tighter. But like, bro, I love Time Princess. I want to be in Time Princess.
So that's definitely the number one. Then,
That's definitely number one. Like your number one. If I could, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least in voice acting, probably. But like probably I don't know that I want to say this now, but like if I did screen stuff, I used to want to do something like Pirates of the Caribbean, but now with Johnny Depp not being in it, I'm no longer loyal.
It's kind of
yeah, because like if I mean with all of the stuff that's come out now too, like I don't feel bad being on his side, and I didn't to begin with, but also it was kind of controversial too.
It was very much.
Yeah,
like, especially from like a guy's perspective. Like it was, I talked to any of my friends like up in Arkansas, and like they were like usually like women, and they would get mad at me like, "Oh, you don't believe her?" I said, "No, it's not. It's not that I don't believe her. I believe they're probably both shitty people.
Yeah.
But I fuck with Johnny Depp, so like
exactly.
like,
yeah.
it's my boy. Like, how about? Because it was mostly just like I was like, how about this? Let's just wait until the trial like actually happens and like all the evidence is out there before we make our assumptions.
Yeah.
And like that was almost like a
definitely.
hot take to say that, and I'm like, why? Like, you just wait for all the stuff to come out? Like,
Yeah, because, like, when somebody is a victim and like comes forward, you shouldn't doubt the victim, but also, I shouldn't say but also, but like, the amount of proof that Johnny put forward and things
so
like that.
much.
And like at that point, you have to at least ask questions, because while we don't want to really look at this side, like, you should believe a victim, right? But it still happens that people are wrongfully accused, and we shouldn't doubt the victim, but we should always investigate.
Yeah. Do your due diligence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, that shouldn't really be a hot take, but I guess because, like, you know, women's rights are where they are and they're going back downhill now. It was
a whole thing. Yeah.
It's a sticky situation.
Yeah, I very quickly learned to, like, what's your thoughts on this? Man, we'll see. That's all I said. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because that was the only thing that was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I was always pretty outspoken, like, bro, I don't, because, like, sure, they can both be shitty people, but one of them is obviously shittier.
Yeah. And one of them is actually lying about stuff that happened.
Yeah, like you can be because I have this philosophy, this is another tangent, you can be a shitty person and know a shitty, like, if you know that you're a shitty person, then okay, fuck you, I will stay away from you, but okay, there's nothing more that I can do, because if you don't want to change, you won't change.
That's on you, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're a shitty person and don't know that you're a shitty person, then you're an even shittier person.
Yeah, that makes you, like, it's worse.
Yeah, because, like, hello.
The self-awareness.
Yeah, self-awareness goes a long way.
It does indeed.
And people in certain areas. Like, if you're rich, it doesn't fucking matter if it's banned or not, you're going to find a way to do it. That's like with rich people, like parking laws. You can pay for it. It doesn't fucking
that's
matter.
why, like, I think
like almost any law, really. Like, rich people, it doesn't really affect them.
I've always been, like, under the, like, not the assumption, but, like, the thought process of, if a law, the only punishment is a fine, it shouldn't exist. The punishment shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It should just be a warning.
Yeah, because that's just to punish poor people.
Because, like, I've gotten speeding tickets where it's, like, you know, $200, and that's like, well, fuck, like, I don't want to spend $200 like on a speeding ticket. But if I was like a millionaire, I'd be like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna speed regardless. Like, oh, speeding ticket, you know, big scary. But if it's like, hey yo, you speed, 30 days in county jail. Ooh, or like a week or something. You know, some other kind of like punishment. It's like, ooh, that's tough. Or it's like the first
license
time,
taken away
like
for a
license suspension for a week or something like that. Actual shit that affects you. That's not just monetary. It's
something
like
universal.
Yeah, that everyone will have to deal with.
Yeah, and if it's fines, then it should be reflected by your pay grade.
Exactly.
Yeah. Same with taxes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But,
I think it just goes into like the government favoring their people, and their biggest supporters are rich people.
That just goes into like
100%.
lobbyists and PACs and stuff like that. It's
That's
just the way the system's set up.
Literally just conservatives. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that was your hot take. So we got a couple more questions for you. He has a question. I have a question, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Oh, do I? Oh yeah, you the mall one.
Yeah, the mall one.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you've heard this one already, but like you're trapped in a mall for 24 hours. You have to survive against 10 snakes or 1 gorilla.
And they're actively hunting you.
Wait, is this like a mall, like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach?
Is that a mall? Oh, I've never played Security Breach.
It is, yeah, it is a mall. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Is a mall. My shirt is Security Breach.
Mall. Let's say it's like that. It's a pretty, it's a mall.
Yeah. It's at least two stories.
For sure.
So there are escalators and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's actively...
They're actively hunting you.
And they always have like a compass to say, like, per se, so they know where you are always. You can't like hide.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they always know where you are.
I didn't know about that.
So you're constantly on the move for 24 hours.
Because if it was just like them doing their own thing, that kind of like changes things. But if they're actively like
that's like that goes into like actively hunting, right?
Well, it's like if they could like track you, like you left behind like feces or something. They're like it's fresh.
This way.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why you're feces on the ground. You're a human.
I mean, you want to risk going into a bathroom that only has one exit?
You're right, low key, because I'm gonna go in there.
Like,
I'm gonna see the gorilla, be like, knock down the door, be like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Bruh."
I actually thought about that. It's like my bathroom is like, I was like, it's small enough. I feel like if a gorilla came in here, it's literally a gorilla. I was like, what if a gorilla came in here? Like, you just like bust down the door. Like, how would I get out of it?
You can't. You honestly can't.
Because I was like, it's small enough. He's got to like punch the wall, and I like discombobulate him and like try to sneak through and like run away. That's the only chance I got.
Pressure points.
Yeah, I'm like
squirt soap in his eyes.
Yeah. Something shampoo. Get out of here.
Actually, this is like kind of off topic, but like I think like 13,000 years ago or something, there was like around like a 10-foot or so ape that existed, and the fact that our ancestors existed at the same time, like you're sitting around a fire with your boys like ooga boogieing, and like this massive ass gorilla like posts up, like I'd straight up fucking kill myself.
I'd be depressed. I'd be like,
I'm like,
I think at that point I would just be pissed. Like I wouldn't be like, I don't know that I would be scared or like upset. I would just be like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
like, on God, bro? On
yeah,
God?
like on God, for real?
On God, you're right. No.
Right now, like you're actually doing this? We're doing this right here, right now?
For real gonna exist?
Yeah, like not anymore. Not since the last ice age. But
dub baby.
Yeah, who won? Humans won.
Humans won that one.
Get fucked. With Nene on that ape.
Yeah.
What would I? They have a compass.
I mean, yeah, that's the main, because this is legit like a 50-50 question between the snakes and gorillas. Usually the arguments for snakes are why they don't want to fight the snakes is because snakes can hide anywhere. They could be enclosed, like if you're in a clothing store waiting for you, and then boom, get you, right? Because
they're rattlesnakes too, so it's like
the gorilla's argument is obviously he's faster and stronger than you, so it's just like if he gets you like in a straight shot, it's like really hard. You're gonna avoid him. You're gonna have to make sharp turns, because even though they are like kind of humanoid, the sharp turns are their weakness per se.
It's like alligators.
Really? Yeah, alligators, they're like, they can like bite really hard, but they can't open.
Yeah, they always got a weakness.
Just hold their mouth shut, dog. Get some duct tape.
I think I might go gorilla.
And then with the gorilla, you can maybe squeeze in some like little areas that the gorilla can't quite reach, and then what's it gonna do? Just sit there and wait for 24 hours, or try and tear away the wall, maybe? But I feel like the gorilla, I always chose the gorilla here because I feel like it's the fact that I can see him coming, whereas the snakes, like the clothing thing, they could just be hiding it because they always know where you are. So it's like they can prepare, they can hide in places waiting for you, but oh, he's there. And then they're going to come up behind me and I'm not going to see him. There's also 10 of them, right? So it's like I could be looking at one and there's like 5 behind me.
But then again, though, if you choose snakes, if it's like they have full electricity in the mall, just go hide in a meat freezer. Because snakes are cold-blooded. As soon as they get cold, they don't move. They just like instantly freeze up when they get cold.
Dude, are there places in malls with meat freezers?
Yes, the food court. They have full meat freezers.
Really?
They have a Sonic in the mall. Like,
yeah, like, I've never thought about it though.
Because like snakes, when they get below a certain temperature, they just, like any reptile, they just freeze up. Like they just don't move. So if you hide in a meat freezer and it's like still operating, I mean, you gotta tough out a meat freezer.
Yeah.
But like if you can like somehow
for 24 hours.
But if you somehow get closed though,
you're in a mall. There's gonna be clothes everywhere.
And there's stores that have like specific like cold clothes
and
like,
blankets and stuff.
Blankets and stuff. You could like get yourself secure, and then you can also get like any kind of like weapon, like a knife or something, or like a big stick, and then like you can just prep. And then there's only one entrance and exit, so it's like I know where they're coming from. Plus the door's closed. How are they gonna open it?
They can't.
They can't.
I mean, snakes can probably squeeze through like some like entryways.
No, because
like hamsters.
Because you know, like meat freezers, like it's stuff like think about like the ones we had at Sonic.
Though.
There's ventilation, I guess, yeah, but like that would be even colder because they're going past the coolant.
Right.
And
I mean, if they're that like bloodlusted to you, they might just tough it out.
But no, literally they can't because they're cold blooded. Their bodies freeze. Like not freeze like ice, but like they just stop moving.
Yeah.
Straight up
because
hibernation.
they can't like move.
I know my answer, but I have a question. Do they have the same like sense? Like their scent, is their scent the same, or is it just like biological?
I'd say like.
What do you mean?
You mean like they share senses or what?
Or no, like they're like they're sniffing. Like can they smell? Are their like sniffing senses the same? Like
it's like the same as like what they would be
you.
in the wild.
Okay, fuck me then. I would do gorilla also. Just because like I think it's like a primal thing. Like
I feel like I could go against gorilla.
Yeah, also, or not even. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I feel like it'd also be cool to be like, I survived 24 hours with a gorilla. You survived snakes, congrats, bro. I was a whole ass gorilla. I had to do more work. You just had to sit in a freezer all day. I had to do more work. I had to be like vaulting over stuff, hiding in like small crawlaway spaces and stuff.
Also, rattlesnakes can't climb.
Nah, but they can take like escalators.
No, but like if you think about like if there's like some kind of like art thing, and you just climb up it. The rattlesnakes can't climb. Well, I'm sure they can probably figure it out, but it's like they're not known for climbing.
Unless they're like World War Z snakes and they like slingshot each other. What would you do if you saw like 3 of them get like in the trebuchet? And
I would literally be the cyberpunk like. Just like okay, I'd be depressed. Yeah.
I mean like primal in the sense that like every mammal is afraid of snakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess in a general sense, yeah.
Yeah, because we are trained in instinct to like be afraid of certain things like snakes because like they're venomous and things like that. So I think with that, and they're small, and like I can like, because you can jump, right? But so can snakes. Like they can like and like bite you in the thigh or some shit, and like the venom and stuff too. I think like at that point, and honestly, like you can hear a gorilla. I would hate to see it, but like I would love to be able to hear where it is. And like, I mean, since it's actively hunting you, this won't happen, but it could take pity on you because like, you know, we both are, you know, mostly bipedal men. Like one sophisticated ape to another. Like, come on now, take pity on me. I'm smaller than you. Points fingers at each other.
Would you try to like feed it food? Like
here's a hot dog I got from Sonic.
For real. Or like he would be like, oh, you poor hairless gorilla. Oh, you need protecting, sort of thing. Like literally pity you for the pathetic piece of flesh meat that you are.
Be like the kid with Harambe, yeah. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Fill in the enclosure, Harambe's like, all right, kid, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Like we're having soft tacos later. But yeah, I would choose the gorilla.
Yeah, the whole like compass thing changes things. Because I would have also picked the gorilla, but because they actively have a compass, I think I'm better off with the snake. Because I can just cheese.
Yeah. You're just like cheese, you don't want to have fun?
If I was alone, no. But if I was with somebody, then I would absolutely love to like fuck around in a mall, like fear for our lives together because we could joke.
Yeah.
Right?
If it was like a
also, you can also have a sacrifice if you need to. Just triple.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to be the fastest, but as long as you're faster than the person you're with, you're good.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. But it's like I don't know, like it's just the fact that it has a compass on me and just knows where I'm at all times. That's what gets me.
The heat-seeking compass.
It's the heat-seeking compass. That's what gets me. Because like I know I could cheese the snakes. If it's like not that, I'm like, oh yeah, I could like cheese a gorilla, you know? But it's
it's easy. Just like break his ankles real quick. Use your human intellect.
I'm gonna bounce him. I'll be like, he's like,
hang on. You think you're gonna dunk on me? No shot.
I'm like, no. He's like, no. But also like, if it was like a sense of like a video game where it's like I'm living it and I have to experience all the pain and stuff until I die. But like if I die, I just like, and I wake up and I'm like, you know, nerve gear from SAO.
Oh my god!
You know, like,
how do you feel about SAO?
I've had my whole spiel about it.
Do you like it? Yes or no?
I very much enjoy SAO. I truly do think if SAO were to spend time with, as not a seasonal anime, but like more of a long term, and they went in depth with every floor, maybe not every floor, but a lot of the floors, and make it a longer running series.
Like One Piece.
Maybe not One Piece level, but it's like actually spend time developing the world around it, as opposed to like, oh yeah, here's Kirito.
Kirito?
Yeah, I was like Kirito because of Overwatch.
Okay.
Like Kirito, and he's like super fucking strong, and he kind of just wins. Oh wait, he doesn't. Oh, but he does. And that's like kind of like the whole premise of it. But it's like, if it was just like they spent time just developing it, I feel like it'd be better. And like Gabe and Devin, they're like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, I think it would be.
I mean, I liked SAO when it was SAO.
You know
Before
what I mean? It went to like Alfheim and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought that was okay. I thought the world was pretty cool, but also at that point, like, you're just dragging your feet. And I didn't really care for season 2.
Yeah, I didn't like that, yeah.
But, like, SAO, like, because, like, the medieval aspect and shit, I fuck with RPGs like that.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was, like, my whole love for Skyrim and shit that made me like it a lot. And, like, being stuck in something like that just sounds like a very cool, it's like, I mean, not ideal, but a very cool concept to, like, you know, entertain.
Yeah.
But
to think about. But like the way I've always thought about it, think about like all like the time skips that happen.
Yeah.
Like the whole like they'll spend 3 episodes trying to just even find the layer for like for the first floor. And then they find it and they gotta spend all this time like, okay, now like, oh yeah, like they spend an episode like, oh yeah, they're mapping it out right now. And then they spend like 2 episodes fighting the boss, and then you're on like the 5th floor. And then it's like, oh wait, someone dies. Kirito was like depressed. All right. Oh wait, it's been like a year and now he's like the strongest guy ever. Yeah. And it's like, it's very much like it just skips over a lot of what I feel like could be important information that would have been better to flesh out a little bit. And I think truly if they were to spend time on it, it'd be a lot more well received.
Yeah, lacking a little more character development.
Exactly. Yeah. That could be the One Piece fan of me, but like, I'm a huge One Piece fan. But like, it could be the One Piece fan in me. I know, it's okay.
Fair. That's valid.
But you've been in it and I haven't, so I can't really say much. I can't really say much. Okay. Well, really quick, let's get to like the last question. because I want to start getting into this thing where it's like I ask all the guests like one specific question, and I feel like this could be like a good question.
Okay.
Because it's like it kind of gauges like your just based off your response, I can kind of like gauge where your mental's at.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've seen this because I found it on TikTok. How many seagulls would you have to find in your house before you get suspicious that someone's putting it there?
Shit. Oh God, that's a very good question. Well, if I just showed up and there were like 14 seagulls in my house, I would be like, what the fuck?
Let's say it's like one at a time, and you have to find them before there's more.
Yeah, that's what
so
I was.
So you have to stair step it.
Yeah, I was gonna like if I were to take a seagull and kick it out of my damn house, and then I found like another seagull.
No, this time it would be two.
Two more.
So like if you took it out of your house
every time.
So like let's say you took it out of your house, and then next time you see a seagull, there's now two of them. But if you left it there, there's still going to be two, but there's like one extra. So it's always going to increase by one.
Okay. Shit, I think it depends on the circumstance. Like if it were, I think probably after maybe the third round, because like twice coincidence, thrice a pattern. Like if I were to like find a seagull, take a seagull, put it out, then that's fucked up. I don't know how the seagull got into my house, but okay. But if it happened again, and if I had like scouted and made sure, maybe only the second time, if I had scouted the place and verified that there were no seagulls, and suddenly there were two seagulls, I would be like, where the fuck are you coming from?
But like the question more so says like, how many would there have to be before your thought goes to someone's putting them here? Because like at a certain point, like I said, not a coincidence, but it's like, would you think that someone's putting it there? Or would you think that there's like a conspiracy against seagulls, that the government's putting them in your house? I guess that goes into something.
Like there's a spawn, like a Minecraft spawner.
There's a Minecraft spawner in the house.
Seagulls
put
like,
torches on it.
Yeah, you're like...
you like check under your bed, you see like the cage with the spinning
Just this rotating seagull.
Yeah. Like really fast. You're doing good so far.
Thank you.
Your answers have been, in my opinion, pretty accurate.
In my expert opinion, the answers have been correct. Because there are correct and incorrect answers.
Yes.
Really?
And I can explain it when you're done.
Okay, please do. I would like to say that I would notice fairly quickly, but I don't point blame that fast. I like to try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and if I see a seagull in my house, my first thought is not going to be, who the fuck put the seagull in my house? Because like sometimes the most simple answer is the correct answer. Not always true, especially not with me, because I'd be a complicated little spectrum dweller. But and plus it would come down to who would do this, and I would run through so many other possibilities before pointing to the sinister one. So I think it might, because if it increases by one every time, it would be pretty quick for me to notice and realize. But if I were to like find a seagull, take it out of my house, and then like a couple minutes later there's a seagull in my house again, I'd be like,
it's the same seagull he got back in.
Yeah,
that's what I would think.
I would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. Leave, dog. Evicted. Stamp. Like, bro, I will escort you out. But like, and then if it happened again, I would probably be like, okay, what the fuck?
Something weird's going on.
Dude, what the fuck? And it would probably take me like a little while after that to be like, who the fuck is doing this, rather than what the fuck is happening. So it would probably take me longer than I would like to admit for me to be like, who is doing this? But first I would be like, what the fuck? Why is this happening? Before asking you.
See, in my professional opinion, I would say 2 is the max. Because like 1, goinky dinky. Something happened. Maybe it was a hole. But like after 1 would get in, I'm not going to say like obviously like where we live, but it's like in our region, seagulls are not native. You'd have to like bring a seagull in.
Oh, right. I wasn't even taking that into an account.
Yeah, that's like, first thing I thought of was like, we don't have seagulls here. So if there's like an actual, because I've obviously seen seagulls before. It's like,
that's when they're flying over though.
No, like I guess beaches and stuff. You see like up close. I've actually held seagulls before. So it's like I see them, and it's like we don't have those in our area. Why is he in my house?
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe there was a flock and he somehow got in. I'd kick him out. And then I would like do a perimeter check, make sure everything's Gucci.
I would do that too.
And then I look back and now there's 2. So this is where like, I guess like not like the psychological test comes into play, but it's like if you don't draw a line at 2, at what point do you draw the line? Because like let's say like, because I've seen people say like I think 7, and it's like okay, so you've done this 6 times, and you're just now thinking that it's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you gave a good answer of like I don't attribute to ignorance, we can attribute to malice, even though it's not pertinent to the situation. But it's like you don't want to point blame, which is valid.
Yeah.
But some people are just like, yeah, I just be like, oh, seagulls, not again.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
7 is a crazy amount to let happen.
I saw someone say 15.
What the fuck?
They're like, yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Their explanation was like, yeah, I got like 4 birds, so they probably just like smelt them and there was like and wiggled their way in. I'm like,
that's definitely how birds work.
I'm like, what?
I was going under the assumption that like they were just happening like without doing a perimeter check, because I would like, I don't leave windows open, but I would think like maybe I left a window open or maybe like the door was like left open. But if like taking into account where I live now and like how I function, then it would be like because I was thinking like kick the seagull out, sit down on the couch, watch something, and then there's a seagull in the other room. But if I were to like, because naturally, if there's a fucking bird in your house, you're going to be like, okay, are there any more birds? Same with bugs.
Yeah.
And then I would check, verify there are no fucking bird bugs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show up again. Then I would be like...
Yeah. But that's the whole thing. That's the reason why I wanted to ask is like... Because like some people draw weird lines.
Yeah.
It's like... So honestly, what's the difference between 6 and 7? Why is 6 acceptable and 7 not acceptable?
Yeah, I don't want them
just
shitting
weird.
on my carpet.
Yeah, it's like... Well, it's like... In my mind, it's like... what makes 7 more acceptable than 4? For some people, what makes 15 more acceptable than 12? Like,
I guess
why do they draw weird lines where they draw the lines?
It could be attributed to everyone's situations are different. Maybe someone lives near the beach, right? And then that's why their answer is higher than yours. Where it's like, for me, I would say my answer would be lower because I have this cat. She's a hunter. She kills everything that she sees. She's bugs, rats, like birds. She wants to kill everything. So if I see one of them in here, and like I say I came home from work or something, and I see a bird in here, I'm like, that's fresh because it's still alive.
Yeah, the
so
cat
I know it's
brought it in.
fresh.
Yeah, I have several cats. Like, they don't really bring stuff into the house, but if I saw a fucking seagull, then I'd be like, Mo, what the fuck why did you bring a seagull into the house? It's as big as you.
Yeah.
But like...
Oh, right. Your cat was like a mobster with Bowie, right?
Do you know about the whole Bowie mob thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
He's a mob boss.
For real,
like,
yeah,
honestly.
definitely. We call him, because I have a big fat orange cat. His name is Milo. And when Bowie would come by my house, we always called him Skinny Milo because at that point I didn't know he was Eduardo's cat. So we just call him Skinny Milo. And we still call him Skinny Milo because he's like Milo but skinny because they're both orange.
Yeah.
But we still call him Skinny Milo. And the way he just be like waltzing up like on the street, like eating our cat food and shit. Like
He's like, hey, where's the rent money?
For real, where the grapes at?
The protection money. It's like right here. I was like, I got you.
You gotta pay up.
He said he got the bag. He's like, that's some good shit. All right, you're good.
Making sure you're not shorting him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they know. Do they know about the Bowie Mafia?
Nah, maybe we'll get it at
We'll
another
get to it
time.
eventually. Yeah.
We can get it if Eduardo ever comes back. We can get to it.
Talking about the
and
Bowie
then-
mob.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like we
definitely
have
mob
though.
boss.
I feel like we
I
have.
feel like we definitely
before.
mentioned it. I don't know if we got in depth with it, but I know we definitely mentioned it. I'm pretty sure we definitely mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's about all we got for today. Thank you for being on the episode first and foremost.
Thank you
was
for
great to have
having
you back
me.
again.
It
It was
have you
great to
back.
be here.
For so
Thank
long.
you.
Do you want to plug your socials or anything like that? Anything? Just self promo.
Shoot. My Twitch is probably going to change once I come back because
Hell
I kind of
yeah.
want to rebrand. But as of right now, it is Twitch LittleLizAudio, YouTube LittleLizard ASMR. My Twitter, I think it's LittleLizAudio.
Yeah, the
believe so,
editor
yeah.
will put it up. Like,
Yeah.
in
I
the
mean,
description.
they'll be in the
Yeah,
description
they'll
as
be
well.
there
Like
for
all the
sure.
links will be there.
Yeah.
The Twitter, the Twitch, the YouTube.
Is there anything I just didn't know if there's anything like specific you want to shout out.
Yeah.
Watch One
Yeah,
Piece so you can see her. You gotta catch up though.
Lamau.
You gotta catch
Bro,
up.
yeah. Like,
We've had a guest shout out their Snapchat before. Is that?
Yeah, he put his snap.
that's so funny.
He's like, yeah, this is my Snapchat. I'll add you. You know.
Yeah.
That's funny
So
as
if you have
fuck.
like a LinkedIn profile or Pinterest that you want to link,
Don't. My Instagram is _little_miss_kitty_.
There you go. Yeah.
It's so old. Yeah. But I'm not very active on social media right now.
Well, when she is, you be sure to find her in the description below. All those links.
Hey, yo, check me out. I'm goofy.
Check her out. She's goofy. She's silly. She does drunk streams and plays Phasmophobia.
Let's go.
But thank you for watching this episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I will see you guys next time. See ya. You can see her thumb. Yeah. She's real.